going, guys? Mike here. Today I'm on my way to a meetup, so I figure I'll make a video because I like to catch you guys up to date with my flight training, because something interesting actually happened this past week, and I thought I should share this story because I think it might help somebody. If you are, if you're interested in flying or you're an early pilot like myself, this can definitely be of use to you. So this past week, I decided to go flying. And first of all, it's been really frustrating. My whole flight training has been really up and down. One, because of the weather. So right now in the West Coast, the weather is just crap. Usually I'm able to fly, say, at least 2 times in a week. And now I have to fight just to get one day because the clouds come in really bad in the morning. And it clears out. For the most part during the day or towards noon. But when the sky becomes clear, the wind picks up. So as a student pilot, I have limitations. I can't be flying when the wind is gusting 20 knots or 30 knots. So it's kind of like choose your own poison. So it's like I have to check the weather every hour of the day just to see when I'm able to fly. But anyway, I finally got a chance to go fly this past week. And so far, what I've been doing is just soloing, just building time by myself. And I had scheduled the same thing, just to go out and solo around the pattern. But something interesting happened. So I got there, and mind you, I go as I normally go. I have my backpack already. I have a backpack just for my pilot stuff. So that way I'm always prepared with that. As a pilot, either you're a student or even more experienced pilot, you should always come prepared. And what I mean by that is mentally prepared. So for me, when I got there this past week, one, I had my boots on. So whenever I ride to training, I usually take either a pair of extra shoes or sandals with me. Because with my motorcycle boots, the sole is so thick that it's hard for you to feel the pedals on the rudder. So that's why I always take an extra pair of shoes with me. But for some reason, I forgot to do that this past week. So I was stuck with my motorcycle boots. And to make it worse, I also forgot my headset. So I get there, I'm pre-flight, and I realize, okay, I don't have these 2 gears that I didn't think was so important. Obviously, your headset is important, but you can always rent one from the school. So I didn't think it was a big deal. But anyway, I decide to go out and fly anyway, and with my motorcycle boots on, with a rented headset. So I get up there, and tell me why everything just felt weird. My body senses was just weird. I thought something was wrong with the airplane. And that was because, one, with the headset, the plane sounded different. So with my headset, I have noise cancellation, right? So I'm always used to a different type of sound compared to the headset. Compared to the headset that they give you in school. So I'm used to a different kind of sound. So when I get up there and the airplane sounds different, I'm a little shook, like, why does it sound this way? And to be specific, so when I go upwind and I'm turning crosswind at this point, and usually when you turn, you bank and then you put your rudder in, and it feels like the plane is not moving, or this was me. I was just like this the whole time. I would turn and then I would turn back. That was because, one, I could not feel the rudders, and I just felt like the plane was not doing what I'm trying to get it to do. So all those things combined, the flight was very interesting. So the first time I went up, I was like, what the hell? I was a little anxious, I would say, just a little scared even to a certain point. So I'm downwind, and then I'm about to turn base, and the same thing happened during my turn. The plane just felt really weird. Again, the sound and the fact that I could not feel the rudders. So anyway, I'm like, okay, let me get down, and just, I'm thinking something is wrong with this plane, or maybe I'm just not prepared for it today. So I get down, I get my first line. Actually, no, the first time I went up, I couldn't even, because I was so disoriented, and I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. I overshot the runway. I was way too high. I was way too far from my final, so I just went around. So I couldn't even land the first time. So the second time around, I go up again, and same thing. Same thing happened, during my turns. And then so I called ground at this point and let them know, okay, I'm gonna go off to the run-up area. Anyway, guys, so back to my story. Some traffic back there, and now we're hitting another traffic, so it's moving a bit slower. So I get up to the run-up area, I take off my motorcycle boots, and then I get back on the taxi lane and decide to give it another go. So I go up this time, and on my crosswind turn, things were a lot better, because again, I can get a feedback from the rudders that I'm putting in, and the plane turned fine. So now I'm not as weirded out or uncomfortable as I was my first two goes, but still the airplane still sounded different. And at this point, I wasn't comfortable at all. And I think I should have just stopped the first time I came down. But again, I thought perhaps if I changed my shoes, or if I took my shoes off, I'll be able to fly this airplane better. But cut the long story short, I did my third go, and then I just decided to not go again, because I just wasn't feeling good about the whole thing. And up there, I was half scared and half invulnerable, I think is what it's called in aviation. Like, okay, I got this, I'm not gonna crash. But the lesson of the story is, on days where you don't come prepared, and I mean mentally prepared, you're gonna screw yourself. And also, if you don't feel comfortable flying the airplane, just come down. You're rather safe, and wish you were up there, than be up there and wish you were down. So if you're not feeling comfortable, even if you plan to do 10 go-arounds around the pattern, and you were only able to do 1 or 2, just call it a day, get yourself together and go back up. At least that's what I did. Actually, I just call it a day for that day. I wasn't gonna go back up, because again, I was unprepared. And the second lesson is, every little thing matters. So if you're, especially as a new pilot like myself, if you're used to doing things a certain way, by that I mean with your gear or whatever it is that you use, your tools to fly, always keep to that. If you change it, just because aviation, when you learn how to fly, you're consuming so much information, and any new pilots can attest to this. The first couple of flights you get, your brain is on fire. You're literally assimilating and taking things in 1,000 times more than you're used to. So you already have to deal with overwhelming amount of information. So it's kind of stupid to make it harder on yourself by not bringing the right tools and think it's just fine, which is again what happened to me, where I came, I didn't think the shoes that I wore was a big deal. I didn't think my headset, was a big deal. I just thought, okay, I have so much hours, I'm comfortable flying this airplane, so it shouldn't be a problem. But it was a problem. So that's lesson number 2. Always, the little things matter. The little tools that you use matter a lot, a lot. So for me, that was the case. But anyway, right now, still my training is still a little sluggish because of the weather. And as I'm speaking to you right now, I'm still checking the weather daily to see, okay, when I can schedule a flight, because I still need to get my cross country done. to get a few other things done. And so I guess in the meantime, what I've been doing is just studying for my written tests. So that's been a good use of all the time that I've been able to kill. I've been able to kill time that way. But yeah, man, if you're ever interested in flying, or you are a new pilot or a student pilot, please keep that in mind. Always come mentally prepared for your stuff.